Hi, this is Trey Passer. I'm going to make a video. This is going to be a video where you won't see my lovely, lovely face, but I'm going to be talking about the Supergirl casting because we got word that they're testing 3 actresses for the Supergirl role. And as you look at this picture on your screen, I'm going to tell you the actress's name so you know who I'm talking about. Okay, from left to right as you watch this video. The one on the left is Meg Donnelly. She's 23, and she's been in like some Disney TV movies or Disney Channel originals, Zombies. You might have seen her in that. That's where I've seen her. And I've seen places, pieces of those videos. And also, she's been the voice of Kara on the DC. They did a superhero movie for Legion's Supergirl, where she gets taken into the future and joins the Legion of Superheroes. She's done the voice for Kara in that, and she's also did the voice on Kara on Crisis on Infinite Earth. So that's where she has her experience from, I guess. And now the actress in the middle, her name is Amelia Jones. She's 21 years old. I haven't seen her in anything. I think the most famous thing she's famous for is there's a Netflix, I think a TV movie called House and Lock. I think that's where she's the most famous for. And like I said, she's 21 years old. And the one on the right is Millie Alcock, who, of course, from House of the Dragon. She's 23 years old. And of course, she's the more famous, I guess, of the 3 of those, because from House of Dragons she plays the headstrong princess in this. Now we heard that she's going to have a cameo. The character of Kara is going to be in Supergirl, not Supergirl, Superman Legacy. She's going to have a cameo in there, probably a small part, because then which will probably lead into her movie Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And as per James Gunn in his introductory video when he was talking about the movie that they're going to make, the sci-fi epic, the character of Kara is a more jaded character. She's been on a rock of Krypton. That's where she's lived a large part of her life, and she's watched a lot of people in her, in her world die. So she's a more jaded character. Okay, so I haven't read the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow thing, which I am going to probably pick that up so I can read it before the movie comes out. Now, out of the 3 actresses, you got to think. And as you'll see as I go along, I put different pictures of them so you can see them with different, like I guess, different looks. Okay, because if you see this picture here, Millie Alcock, she looks more grown up than she does in other pictures. Okay, and she has to be, of course, the character of Kara has to be younger looking. Okay, and now see we switch to a different picture. The character of Kara is technically older than Clark. But because she got held up in space for so long, according per canon, she appears to be younger than Clark. Okay, so anyway, and I'm looking at these pictures now, and now these pictures, if you look at from left to right, you got Amelia Jones, you got Millie Alcock, and then you got Meg Donnelly. Okay, again, I think Amelia Jones, she looks more like she could be related to David Cornsweet. Okay, but again, the character is supposed to be jaded and stuff, so you got to see if she can pull that off. And we know, I think Millie Alcock, the one in the middle in this picture, especially from watching House of the Dragon, you can see she can play I think she can play a more jaded character, I think. And then of course Meg Donnelly looks, the one on the right, she looks like a more traditional looking Supergirl. She's blonde, she's beautiful. And that's the way Kara traditionally looks. But again, you have to know if she can play a jaded character. Okay, I think there's going to be a lot of different emotions going through that Kara in that movie. So you have to just, I guess James Gunn, that's why he's auditioning them, screen testing them, and I think they may be even screen testing against David Cornsweet just to see, I guess, if they have if it looks believable that they could be related. I'm assuming that's what James Gunn is going to do. Maybe have them test against with David Cornsweet just to see if how the dynamic is between them. And I also got to think that the Supergirl, whoever plays Supergirl, is probably going to be interacting with the Kents initially, because I don't know. I think what's going to happen is, and this is just my assumption, that when Supergirl gets to Earth, that Clark is probably going to put her with the Kents, so they can raise her, or at least she can stay there before she moves on with her life. And because that's Clark's family, so he probably wants her to learn from the Kents on how to you know, be raised as a decent human being, even though she's practically going to be a grown-up anyway. But I think that's what's going to happen, and then I think that's where maybe you'll see that dichotomy of how she reacts to the Kents versus how Clark was, he grew up with them, as loving parents, and she's a more jaded character, and especially with the way she grew up. So I think that is going to play into it. Okay, that dynamic that she's going to have with Clark, okay, and the Kents, I think somewhat. So that's why I definitely think these actresses are probably going to test with David Cornsweet. And now this is a different picture of them. And again, on the left is Amelia Jones, who in this picture, she's more brunette, and I think she looks, again, like she could be related to David Cornsweet. And then in the middle, of course, is Meg Donnelly, again, the more stereotypical blonde look. And then, of course, Millie Alcock on the right, again, and she looks more grown up in this picture, because I know there's a picture from House of Dragons where she looks really young. This picture, she looks more of an adult, okay? And I think she could probably play that, pull off that jaded, the more jaded Kara Zor-el, okay? And maybe even all three actresses can do that. But I think what's going to come down to is how, the kind of family chemistry against David Cornsweet. That's why I think they're probably going to be acting against him when they do their screen test. They're probably going to be acting against him just so, James Gunn can see, that relationship thing. I think that's what is going to happen, is just in my opinion. So I don't know who I think would be better if I just had the blind pick. Like I said, Meg Donnelly, the one in the middle there, she looks more like the stereotypical Kara, and maybe she can play jaded. She's blonde and gorgeous, but maybe she can play because this Kara has been through some stuff, so maybe she can pull that off. And that's why you have her act against maybe David Cornsweet, and maybe even act against because I think the character, if I remember a little bit of the story, that she's going to be stuck on that piece of Krypton with another character, a younger actress who plays a younger character. So they may even have her act against that person. So just to see the dynamics and stuff. So who knows? I'm just really glad that they're going to be, adding her to the movie. And like other people, I'm not worried about the movie being overcrowded. I have total faith in James Gunn that he's going to make sure that everybody gets it. And the movie is going to be primarily focused on Superman with just these, he's living in a world with more superhero characters in it. Now this last picture, okay, again, I guess it's the same thing. To the left is Amelia Jones. Okay, in the middle, Meg Donnelly. On the right, Millie Alcock. And see, in that picture, she looks like a little girl in that picture, Millie Alcock. But obviously, if you see those other pictures that I've shown before, she's more grown up, obviously. So, she looks more of an adult, and I think that's the way they'll dress her, like she looks like an adult. But if I still keep thinking about Millie Alcock, I think is a good actress, but the two on the left, I'm really thinking that maybe one of them is going to get the part. Again, like I said, Meg Donnelly looks like more stereotypical Kara Danvers, but I think Amelia Jones looked like she could be related to David Cornsweet, so maybe they'll go that way. But if I had to pick, let me just if I had to pick, I'm leaning towards Amelia Jones, just because the character is supposed to be more jaded, and I think even this picture, she looks like she can play a good jaded character. Okay, and then my second choice would be Meg Donnelly. I think, and then Millie Alcock, who I really did like in House of Dragons, but that would be my pick. Okay, just to see again, Amelia Jones first, then Meg Donnelly, who looks like the more stereotypical Kara, and then Millie Alcock, who I don't have anything against. But that's it. Anyway, let me know who your pick would be for this. Feel free to leave comments down below. I have links to my social media in the description box, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Also have a link to my other channel called Views and Opinions. You check that out as well. Also have a link down below to my Patreon. Okay, on my Patreon I have movies, TV shows, and follow the link down below to check that out. And if you want to support me that way, also hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know when I upload new content to this channel. And this is Trey Pastor saying so long and take care.